Alright, here we go. So we're going to be going through how to use the trusty foam roller today on the TFL muscle back here and into the glute. The foam roller we're going to recommend is similar to this. They're normally blue or black, something with a little bit of give in it, nothing with too many hard spikes on it, big square lumps. We want it that it's got a little bit of give in it. We don't want it that it's rock solid, that as you're going over the muscles or tendons you're in fact causing bruising. So something with a little bit of give in it, but not rock hard. Okay, so the areas we're going to go through on the TFL here, we're going to steer clear of that IT band down the side. We're going to get involved in the glutes here, namely piriformis, so that we take some pressure off that side of the nerve that runs down the back of the leg. Let's go. Right, so what we're going to do, you're going to get yourself set up on the ground, get your trusty foam roller, and we're just going to locate that TFL muscle. So you're going to find the top of the hip bone here, pop the foam roller just underneath it, come up onto your elbow, place it just on the top of that muscle. If you feel the bone on the hip bone here, normally just above your belt line, come off of it, place the foam roller there. You want to feel that slightly uncomfortable pressure, but not too painful. Now, depending on your instructions from your therapist, you might be instructed to do little rolls backwards and forwards on it, or you might be asked to just place it on it and work on it like a trigger point. So again, find the bone just on the crest of the hip bone here. The foam roller will just sit just below it. There is a little bony protuberance just on the hip, on the femur here. We don't want to go on that. So you've got about this much space to work with. You're just going to gently roll backwards and forwards, or trigger point it and just hold it for 15 to 20 seconds. You're going to come around and just lean on the front part of it. If it was this hip we were doing, again, find the top of your hip bone, slide off of it. For me, it's just under here where the belt is, and just hold it there 15 to 20 seconds. It can sometimes refer some like a dull ache just down the leg. It's not too uncomfortable, stay with it. Again, 15 to 20 seconds, come off and just find a new point, and you're just going to work your way around it. We strongly recommend don't roll the IT band, it's a tendon. The muscle is often the area that needs relaxing, not the tendon. The next muscle we're going to go after is piriformis, or after the deeper glutes. If you're doing this, there's a strong possibility that you may be suffering from a condition called piriformis syndrome. So it can cause some ridiculous symptoms just coming down the leg. So just gauge it. If it's too uncomfortable, increases the symptoms too much, back off. If it's still reproducing, just contact your therapist and just make sure you're using it at the appropriate level. So again, you're just going to come down to the ground, pop the foam roller just on the floor. You're going to find just the bony protuberance on the side of your thigh bone here, the femur. Just come off of it slightly, and you'll feel just some tight spots and some tensions into the glute, and just gently hold it on that area 15 to 20 seconds. Like I said, it can sometimes cause some discomfort just traveling down the leg. If it's too much, just back off. You can go a little bit more, okay. And again, just find a new spot. And then at the angle I've got this one, it's going diagonally across me, so the angle across the pelvis here, so in line with your belt. And then you may want to change it here. Okay, so the other angle that you may find that works for you, that'll work quite well, is the angle of the leg. Diagonal like this, come up onto it, sit on it, get your balance, and now you find that greater trochanter here on the side of your thigh bone. Just come off of it, and ooh, there we go. So you're just going to hold it 15 to 20 seconds. The arm is just the balance and steady. This is doing the balance and steady, and this is just guiding me backwards and forwards. So I've got it running diagonally, similar to the angle of the leg here. You'll find another little tight spot, just hold it 15-20 seconds, that's often enough just to relax the muscle. And again, if it does cause some radiating pain down the back of the leg, just back it off, go back on. If you're at all concerned, contact your therapist. It's a great way of just taking some tension out of the gluteal area and taking some pressure off that sciatic nerve. Alternatives are using the tennis ball. So for TFL, you're just going to pop it, find the crest of the bone here, come off of it, place it on it, and you can just gently lie it on the tennis ball. Tennis ball works perfectly well, soft enough that it will give, but firm enough that it will have an effect on the muscle. If you're using a cricket ball, baseball, it can be too much that it can bruise the muscle or the skin around the area, and you go around in a circle with not quite sure what's causing you the pain. So you'll just hold that 15 to 20, relocate the area onto the front part of the TFL muscle, again 15 to 20 seconds. And then for Piriformis, tennis ball, find that bony prominence just on the side of your thigh bone here, place it there, and you just sit on it. There we go. And depending on your balance, you can just lower your body weight onto it. Again, 15 to 20 seconds, hold it, come off, find a new spot. Alrighty, for those of you who are going to be using the tennis ball and you're going off to that TFL muscle here, find the top of the hip bone, bump there, soft the squishy bit here, bone here, tennis ball, pop it in on it, find the wall, you just gently lean up against it, and that's it. 15 to 20 seconds, pressing here, come away, move it slightly to the front, find the top of your hip bone, soft bit, bone, softer firm bit here where you're going to be doing the work, and again just lean up against the wall. You don't want to be bouncing into it, it'll engage your spasm and reflex just enough that you feel that kind of dull and comfortable weight. 15 to 20 seconds and come away. If you're using the tennis ball to go after Piriformis, remember it's the attachment point just on the side of the leg bone here and around. Pop it in the soft bit of the bone, find the wall, you can just gently lean up against it. 15 to 20 seconds if you treat it like a trigger point. If you find you need to work around a muscle, like a massage, you can just gently roll up and down over the muscle, which will be going across the fibers, or going side to side, you're going through the fibers. Okay, again 15 to 20 seconds. Both of these techniques can cause a little bit of symptoms coming down the leg and into the foot. If it's too much and it unsettles you, contact your therapist just to make sure. Most of the time you're pressing too hard, back off, go back on a little bit softer pressure, and all be good. And again, it's to help take pressure out of that piriformis glute med muscle, and on the side, TFL. Say well, one and all.